Hello everybody, welcome back. Another deck tech.
Magic.
Indeed. So what am I looking at here?
Another Pioneer list and another Tribal list, this time Knights.
Yeah.
Guess we'll start with the 1-drops. Good old Dauntless Bodyguard. It's a 2/1 for 1 mana, and he can assign someone to a guard with his life if he needs to.
Not himself.
Not himself, yeah.
Which wouldn't really do anything anyway, but...
Yeah, he can guard another creature by giving it indestructible at the cost of his own life.
Yeah. Pretty noble.
Pretty noble. And then we have 4 Knight of the Ebon Legion. This is a 1/2. And whenever any player, I believe, is dealt or loses 4 or more life.
Yeah, if a player lost 4
Yeah, if a player lost 4 or more life at the end step, then he gets a +1/+1 counter, and he can pay 3 mana to pump himself by +3/+3, which conveniently gets him high enough to deal 4 damage to an opponent.
He also has 5 toughness, which is a lot.
Yes, yeah, and he gains Death Touch, which once he's that big, it doesn't really matter too often, but sometimes it is useful.
But most importantly, it's a 1-drop knight.
Yes.
It's quite good.
Then we have 4 Fervent Champion. This is another weird knight. First strike and haste, I believe, with a 1/1. And when he attacks, it's another knight?
Yes, another knight
+1?
gets +1/+0.
+1/+0. So never himself, but helps get the damage in otherwise.
He also, it's worth noting, has the ability to make things cost 3 less, that equipment costs 3 less to attach to him, but there's no equipment in this deck. So.
Yeah, there's no equipment, so
no point.
Not really a useful ability for this list.
No.
And then we move on to our 2-drops. So we have 4 Knight of the White Orchid, just 2/2 with first strike, but really good on the draw because when he enters the battlefield, if your opponents have more lands than you can go find a plains and put it into play.
And it doesn't specify basic plains either, so you can get Sacred Foundry, Godless Shrine, yada yada. Pretty sweet.
And then we have the 4 Blacklands Paragon. It is a 3/1 with Flash, and gives another knight.
Actually, any knight. He can
target
use himself. Yeah.
So it gives them Death Touch and Lifelink. So yeah, he can be like a flash removal spell, or he can turn something like our Knight of the White Orchid or the Fervent Champion with First Strike into a very scary blocker out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's pretty great when at worst case it's like a better Lightning Helix.
Yeah.
Can only hit creatures, but still.
But guarantees kills them with the Death Touch.
Yes.
And then the other 2-drops are all kind of Lord-ish effects. So I have the Inspiring Veteran, which is just a 2/2, and it gives other knights you control +1/+1. Solid. Then we have 3 Metallic Mimic. So this one, obviously you're going to be naming Knight, as that's the rest of our list, but it allows them to enter with an additional +1/+1 counter. He's worse on the top draw, but get him early and his effects stick around, which is worthwhile.
Especially if you manage to poop out some tokens with like a history or whatever.
And then we have 3 Worthy Knight, which whenever you cast a Knight spell, you get a 1/1 white human. So
sadly, it's not a knight, but
be a little silly
to
make 1/1 knights, and I think it'd have to cost a lot more to make the standard 2/2 knights.
Yes, but still like a bear.
Turning all our other knights into
spells.
Additional chump blockers. Sometimes attackers, it's always nice. And then we have our 3 History of Benalia as our only spell in the list. And this is nutty in a list that contains only knights, because first it makes 2/2s over 2 turns, and then the final one, it's all knights you control get +2/+1 until end of turn.
Yep.
Which,
it's a lot of knights.
That is hard hitting.
And it's definitely going to at least hit 2 things if they survive.
So yeah, like it's always like 8 power in the end attack, which is pretty nutty.
Technically, you have this spell too.
Oh yes, I guess our next 3-drop is Murderous Writer, which does have the spell side, which is very worthwhile because it's destroy target creature or planeswalker. It does cost you 2 life and 3 mana, but still a very good card. And then he is a 2/3 knight with lifelink that when he dies, he goes in the bottom of your library.
Yeah. Solid card all around.
And then we have our 4-drop, which is another Night Lord. So other knights get +1/+1. And he can pay 5 mana to give knights you control, which nicely includes himself, double strike until end of turn. As a 3/4. Which is very hard hitting, especially if you somehow comboed it with History of Benalia.
Yeah.
And then for our lands, we have 4 tournament grounds because we're playing
Night deck.
Night deck, and we're even playing all 3 colors.
Yeah,
so
it's perfect.
It's even extra. 4 unclaimed territory because again, night deck. It does kind of suck for this and the double black here, but still because the rest of the deck is spread out over 3 colors, worthwhile. And then we have 4 Godless Shrine and 2 Concealed Courtyard for our black-white lands, because that is our majority colors.
And you need to also make sure you have enough planes to always sure you can fetch something good.
Fetch the Knight of the White Orchid. And then we have 2 Dragon Skull Summit, 2 black Blood Crypt as our black-red lands. We have more black-red than white-red because we need a red and a white for him, so... Going more heavy in the black there is helpful, and it helps, cast the Murderous Writer.
Yeah.
Then we have 2 Sacred Foundry as our red-white dual land, which is helpful because, again, like Knight of the White Orchid can fetch it for our red source if we need it. And then for basics, we have 1 mountain, 1 swamp, and 2 plains.
Yeah. Old school ones.
Yes, very old school ones. The ones that still had the tap, add a white.
Yeah.
Before they just started using symbols.
And if you've seen the new Theros lands,
we need
just
those.
symbols, turns out. You can get away with no art
Glorious.
whatsoever. And still make it look amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is Knights. Excited to see this one in action, and we'll see you back there.
Bye.